recording. And I think everybody's line is muted, but it might not be. So if you don't mind muting your line, that would be amazing. All right, so today is January the 8th, 2019. This is our first meeting leader call of the year. And I'm so excited because we've got so much to talk about and so many good things happening at Networking Today. I think you'll agree as we get into the call today. So we've got about 60 minutes or less to get all this information in. So let me get right to it. First of all, Happy New Year to everybody. I hope that your holidays and that your new year was fantastic, your new year celebration anyway, and that your new year got off to a great start. Welcome to the call, and thanks for all that you do here at Networking Today. We've got 15 slides today, so I am going to jump right into it. It's funny, we've had about 15 slides on each one of the calls that we've been having recently, so hopefully we'll get through this very, very quickly, well before our 1:30 cutoff. If you have to leave, that's okay. Jump off the line. Do remember, everybody, that we record the call and we have the visual as well. So you can come back on the Meeting Leader Resources page and watch the PowerPoint or listen again via MP3 later on. Hopefully, let's see here. I'm getting a call from Tara Peterson. So let me see if there is a problem with the call today on the meeting leader call. Can we chat later? So you would think all the meeting leaders would be on the call, but I'm not sure. Maybe there's a complication with jumping on the line. I'm not sure if anyone is having complications. Please let me know if you are. But let's go ahead and get right into it today. So a little conference call etiquette. Please mute your phone line. If unmuted, please don't eat, use the bathroom, yell at the children, answer the door, answer another call, or talk bad about the call host. You guys know those rules. We cover those each and every time we have a call. But, you know, some of you, it's interesting to me that some of you aren't sure how to mute your phones. And so, you know, if you're not muted or if the system at GoToMeeting hasn't muted you or you're just not sure if you're muted or not, please, you know, don't beat the children. You know, don't yell at your spouse. You know, if you're having an argument with your spouse, now is not the time to do it. Or, you know, maybe you're still kicking off the new year and having a cold one, okay, and hitting the bottle a little bit. That's okay too, but just not on the call. So make sure to push pause on all that fun activity until after the call. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So each and every call we talk about servant leadership, and this year will be no different. I expect to cover about 100 different set of practices this year that I hope inspires you to be a servant leader in all that you do, because I believe that having servant leadership and servant leaders at Networking Today is one of the biggest things that separates us from all other networking organizations out there. So make sure and use these things, learn from these things, implement them in your life and in your meeting and in your business, and I think you'll be better for it. But servant leadership is defined according to the Center for Servant Leadership as a philosophy and a set of practices that enriches the lives of individuals, builds better organizations, and ultimately creates a more just and caring world. And I believe that, you know, and I hope that you're buying into that, because I've just experienced it in my own life. And I think if you put it into practice in your world, you'll experience it in yours as well. So on our last call back in 2018, December of 2018, we talked about being disciplined. And, being disciplined is tough. But the question was, do your members believe that you have things in order and in control? Are you disciplined? Do you arrive on time? Do you get your meeting started on time? We covered all those kinds of things, right? I don't mean to rehash them, but I hope that you have implemented some of these things about discipline, that you've applied some discipline in your life since our last call. Okay, today we're talking about being selfless. But what does it mean to be selfless? So I went to the dictionary on this one, and I really wanted to hone in, because I don't know if I really know what it means to be selfless. But one of the key words that they talked about here was being self-serving. Okay? Do your members believe that you are self-serving, or what's the opposite of that? Selfless. Do they believe you have less concern for self, especially with regard to fame, position, money, or are you unselfish? Now let's look at this a little bit. Meeting leaders sometimes can get a swelled head. Now, I know none of this applies to any of us at Networking Today. I know that none of us get a swelled head. None of us at Networking Today are concerned about fame. None of us let the fact that we're meeting leaders go to our heads, right? Or do we? I hope that we don't. So when we talk about fame, do we hold our meeting leader position in high regard? Do we think more of ourselves because we're meeting leaders? Did we take on the meeting leader role because we wanted the prestige, the recognition, the pat on the back, because we're the meeting leader? Look, in your organization, at your work, at your company, wherever it is, understand the totem pole. Now, I've not verified this. I really don't know if this is true or not true. But what has been told to me about the totem pole is that of all of the images of the chiefs and the leaders that are engraved or carved into that totem pole within an Indian tribe, I'm told that the bottom image is the chief, not at the top. If this is true, then I love it, because the idea behind it is that the chief is at the bottom holding everyone else up. Look, on my email signature, it says Rich DeForest. It doesn't say founder. It doesn't say CEO. It doesn't say president, although I am all of those things. It says here to serve. I try to live that, and I want you to try to live that. I want you this year in your Networking Today meeting to try to remember each and every week for the next 50 meetings or 45 meetings or 48 meetings or whatever the total number of meetings is that we're going to have this year, that you'll be at, that you'll lead, that you set fame aside, that you think of this idea of position, that you are the leader, that you are the one that is important. No. You got it wrong, man. You got it wrong. The position that you have is to hold everybody else up. The position that you have is to sustain everybody, to put everyone in your meeting first. And when you do that, fame, position, and money follows. Don't be selfish. Be unselfish. Be selfless. And man, I'm going to tell you, this is hard, and I know it's hard. It's hard to do in your business. It's hard to put customers first, especially when we like to be important. Everyone likes to feel that they are important, and we want to think that we are important as well. And I know that's a natural feeling that you want to have. Everyone loves to get a pat on the back. Man, think about the last time someone patted you on the back, how good that made you feel. Look, I know that being at the top can be a lonely place. Let's be honest with each other. When you're the CEO, the founder, the president, it can be a lonely place. And sometimes a hated place, because you're the one that has to make tough decisions. And you're the one that's got to lead and try to encourage and always stay positive, because the minute you get negative, all the people, all the members, everybody, quote, beneath you get negative as well. It's hard. I know it is. So let's stick together. Meeting leaders got to stick together. You guys can call each other. You can email each other. Do you know that we've got a Facebook group page for meeting leaders only, where we can share ideas and words of encouragement with each other? These are good ways to keep our heads in the game and in the right frame of mind. Okay, so again, selfless. Do your members believe you are self-serving, or do they believe you have less concern for self, especially with regard to fame, position, or even money? I hope that you are not leading your Networking Today meeting for fame, for position, or for money. I would suggest to you that you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Oh, sure. If you do everything right, if you do everything from a servant leader position, you'll get fame, you'll get position, and you'll get money. You will increase when you sow that good behavior. You will reap the reward from it. I don't know how to tell you to trust me. I don't know how to tell you to take that step of faith and believe that you're doing the right things, but take my word for it. It does pay dividends. So I hope you take away from this lesson today and you think about it all year long. Write these things down, man. Put these things down on a Post-it note somewhere. These servant leader practices will build character in you, in your family, in your job, with your customers, employees, your boss, your fellow networkers. It's powerful, powerful stuff. I hope that this helps. Let's get into it. Don't forget about the new meeting incentive program. Coming up in March, I want to kick off a contest where we kick off 50 meetings in 1 month. Now, I know some of you be like, holy cow, that's a lot of meetings. Well, look, we've got 50 plus meetings going on now with Networking Today. We started about half a dozen the first week of this new year. We've got about maybe 4 or 5 that are starting in the next week. So I really don't think that it would be hard to hit 50, to be honest with you, in a contest coming up. But if you participate, and if you help, you'll be rewarded nicely year after year, quarter after quarter. You're going to be getting a check from Networking Today for helping us start new meetings. All right, so keep that in mind. Think about that as we expand and grow and look forward to this new year. Keep the new meeting incentive program in the forefront of your mind. Now, you don't have to wait for a contest for that to, start paying you. This new meeting incentive program is not a contest. Yeah, we want to place some special emphasis on it as we head into the second quarter of this year, but you can refer that friend today and start getting paid on those meetings. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about NTI Connect. Now, it has been brought to my attention that some of you have had difficulty with some of your members giving you feedback that they've not been able to sign up properly. They've been getting some error codes. We had one earlier today, and we've tried to duplicate or replicate the issue that they said they were having at the time of sign up, and we've not been able to duplicate or replicate that problem. So what we asked from that particular member is to take a screenshot, whether on their computer or their phone, of them attempting to sign up, and they did that for us, and we're able to troubleshoot off of that screenshot. So let me take this opportunity just to say that if we discover a bug or we discover something in the code that is a problem, inside, once they're logged in, or even before they log in, please make sure just to calm them down, make sure to let them know this is not a big issue, that we'll get it resolved, and then they'll be able to get connected into NTI Connect. But when you bring something to our attention, it is so good, because that chances are others are having the same problem and just don't know where to report it, don't know what to do. You can send it to Meeting Leader Support. You can send it to me, either way. And we're going to talk about Meeting Leader Support here in just a second. But just so that you know, We're here to help and get all the bugs worked out of the system. And by the way, just because we work out the bugs right now doesn't mean that there won't be bugs that develop. Listen, if any of you are involved in web development at all, you might know how this works, but the code can be working perfectly fine on December the 26th, 2018, and on January the 2nd, 2019, a glitch developed. And so you just never know. So just bring it to our attention and we will work on it. Additionally, we still want your feedback on how to make NTI Connect even better. We've gotten so many fantastic suggestions, and I am so thankful to all of you for making those suggestions. We're working on those suggestions and working to make them even better. All right, I want to give a quick update on NTI Cares. Okay, so those of you that don't know this or don't know me that well, I've supported nonprofits. I have given lots of money to nonprofits. I have donated. I've been on boards. I've been involved, but I've never run a nonprofit corporation. And so I am learning a lot. And I apologize for the delay. We are approved by the IRS, so there is no problem there. But we've had some issues just within the board that the board has brought up and brought to my attention of things we need to do and get straight before we can launch NTI Cares and do it really the way that we want to do it. Now, if there are meeting leaders out there doing fundraisers and you want to run that fundraiser through NTI Cares, you can do that. You can do that today, okay? Or you can just do it direct to the charity. No big deal, okay? So like, let me give you an example. Over in the Nashville market, the meeting, there's almost a dozen meetings that are going on throughout and around Nashville. And those meeting leaders get together and they support a nonprofit, let's say it that way, over in the Nashville area called the Davis House. It's a wonderful charitable organization, and they run that through Networking Today, okay, through NTI Cares. So everybody gets the tax deduction for the donations that they gave to NTI Cares. NTI Cares then gives the money to the charity, and we do it that way, and that's how we support the charity. Could they give directly to, the Davis House? They could, but because they're doing it as a Networking Today meeting, they're funneling that through NTI Cares, and they still get the tax deduction. It unifies us, and then NTI Cares gives the gift, and it looks like a unified front from Networking Today. Instead of like Tom Jones giving a gift, and Missy giving a gift, and Melissa giving a gift, and Beth gave $100 cash, and George gave a $100 check, and it's just kind of haphazard and all over the place. We unify it through NTI Cares, and we can do that now, even though we're still working out our charity selections and all of that for 2019. I expect we'll have it resolved very quickly here in January, but we've just got some issues that we're working through, and that's why you've not heard anything more about it. The holidays, the New Year's, the Christmas holidays screwed us up a little bit just with timing of everything. The board has met a couple of times, and we're working through those details. I appreciate your continued patience as we continue to develop this amazing part of what NTI is all about. And so just know that we're working on it, okay? I don't want to belabor the point here too much, but you should be able to make online donations by Friday at nticares.com. Now, we have all the charities that all of you have submitted. The board is voting on those charities and analyzing those charities, and we'll have 12 picks that we'll give to through the year coming up very, very soon. But just know that everything is fine. We've just had some organizational, administrative things we've had to work through to get everything buttoned up. All right. Let's see. There was one other thing I was going to tell you about NTI Cares. Well, I can't remember exactly what it is, but Anyway, so we're looking forward to a great year with NTI Cares, and I think it's one of the best things that NTI has ever done. And I look forward to all of you in every single meeting location in the country getting behind what we're doing for NTI Cares. All right. Now then, let's move on. Meeting leader support. Meeting leader support. Anna is gone. She's back at school full time at UT. We miss her to death, but we've got some new staff coming on board to support everybody. You can still call 865-245-9397, or we've also added an email, okay? support@networkingtoday.intl.com. Now, here's a new thing that we're going to be doing. If you go to the Meeting Leader Resources page, we're going to be adding a button where if you're a meeting leader and you need to add or change your meeting location, you need to update an address, you need to order new literature or updated literature or additional literature, or maybe, anything related to your meeting, we're going to have a web form there that you can click a drop-down button. You can say order new literature. You'll be able to have, a section there where you give us, there'll be a text box where you tell us, hey, please change my meeting location from blah to blah. And it'll have a list of the meeting leaders there, and you click, who are you and which meeting location do you belong to and that sort of thing. And then you'll hit submit, and that will generate automatically an email into the staff that will go ahead and take care of that for you. So don't worry, 100% of your needs are going to be taken care of and handled, and we're going to take care of anything that you need, okay? But just know that everything is super duper great as it relates to our meeting leader support line. And you can leave a voicemail if somebody doesn't answer, but don't worry, we've got you fully supported at Meeting Leader Support. If you feel like you need training on Membership Works, you need training on Fanzuma, you need training on PowerPoint, you need training on how to do anything as it relates to networking today, maybe you say, I need training on how to do a happy hour or a visitor's day or whatever, okay? How to update your PowerPoint, whatever. Okay, we're not holding ourselves out as all-around tech gurus, but it might be something totally unrelated that I'm not even thinking about right now or citing as an example. The meeting leader support is there for you so that you don't have to wait on me to reply to you, or even Suzanne Brewer from accounting. You can go to meeting leader support and get the help that you need, all right? So still very active. Feel free to use that. I want to talk a little bit about the Visitor Day contest. I just cannot believe what happened to December. All right, December just disappeared for me. I don't know if you had the same thing in your world, but it did for me. So I hope that all of you will accept my apology for getting this out a little late, but we're still, it's later than I wanted, but we're still here well before any of us that I know of have had a Visitor Day. So I'm going to share some of the details with the Visitor Day contest. It's going to be huge, but it's going to require all of us getting involved. Here are some of the details. We're going to give away $2,019 in total prize money. All right, $2,019. So how's that $2,019 going to be divvied up? Well, here's how that looks. The meeting location with the most first-time visitors registered in the NTI Visitor Follow-Up System will win $519 to be used to celebrate your victory. All right? So we'll issue a gift card. Okay, that gift card will go to the meeting leader, and that meeting leader will use all $519 to celebrate, to buy appetizers, to buy beverages, and to celebrate the victory, okay? That's the meeting location with the most first-time visitors registered on your Visitor Day. So we want to know, we want to know it's a Visitor's Day. So this is not the cumulative total of the entire contest period. This is, you scheduled a Visitor's Day, you had a wonderful day, you had 100 people visit, all right? Tons of people came, You entered those people into the NTI visitor follow-up system. You say, Rich, I don't know what the NTI visitor follow-up system is. No one has trained me on what the NTI visitor follow-up system is. Don't worry. I am here to help you. I will train you on it if you're not familiar with it. But there's also some video tutorials out there. You can go and watch the visitor follow-up system tutorial and see how the whole thing works. But you will go to the NTI visitor follow-up system, enter those visitors in from your visitors day, and we will look at the highest number of visitors from any meeting, and that meeting location will win and will win big. All right. Now, the second one is the NTI member with the most new members. So Tom Jones is an existing member, and Tom brings 50 new members all by himself. Tom is going to get a check for, a gift card. Okay, let's not split hairs here. A gift card for 500 big ones. The NTI member who brings the most first-time visitors will also win $500. Okay, and the NTI meeting leader with the highest percentage membership growth will also win $500. Now, we've taken a snapshot in time of all of the meeting locations. We know exactly how many members every single meeting location has at the time of January the 6th. The meeting location, okay, with the highest percentage membership growth, based on a percent, so make it fair, okay? Now, some of you are going to say, well, Rich, it's easier for the smaller meetings. No, it isn't. Because if a meeting has, 10 members and they go out and they get, 5 new members, well, that is harder. 5 new members is harder for a meeting location of 10 members than it is for a meeting like mine with 60 plus each and every week. For my meeting with 60 plus, weekly in attendance, to get 5 new members, that should be really, really simple. So it is fair to use a percentage system. If I went out and I got 30 new members, that would be the equivalent of the meeting location with 10 getting 5. Okay, so I would have to get 31 to beat in that case. I'd have to do one better than the comparative example that I just gave. All right, so we're going to give away the cash, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, here's some of the contest rules and qualifications. We have to hit 100 new members total across, all meeting locations, which is not hard. Honestly, with all of the meeting locations we have across the country now, we ought to be able to get 100 new members total to qualify for this contest. Should not be difficult if all of us are having visitors days and getting people to show up. That shouldn't be tough. Now, the prize money will be reduced proportionally if we get less than 100 new members, okay? Lots of times I get a question, well, Rich, what happens if we work hard and we get 80 new members? What happens if all of us work hard, we work our butts off, but not all meeting locations or meeting leaders or members participate, and we don't get 100 new members? Well, we want 100 new members in order to give away $2,000, but if we don't get to the 100 new members, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just reduce it proportionately, and we'll still give away a tremendous amount of money proportionally. And all that, all the new members will be reported. We'll have all the actual facts of who joined and when they joined and how they joined and all of that. And it will be through the contest period of January the 7th through February the 16th, which is a Saturday. So we're going all the way through that week. All right. Given slightly more than a month to kick off 2019 the right way. Number 2, contest only applicable to active meeting locations on or before January the 1st. We do have meetings that have already started this year, believe it or not. They don't count if they had a kickoff meeting after December the 31st, 2018. Okay? So the meeting locations had to be active on or before January the 1st. All right. And nobody met on January the 1st. All right. So I guess I could say, on or before December. Let's not split hairs here, people. The truth is no one met on January the 1st. No one kicked off their meeting on the first day of the year. So don't, worry about any of that. But if you were an active member. So no one can come out and have any kind of concern that a brand new meeting, just started on February the 1st and they had 50 new people join. And so they had 100% growth. So you had to be an active meeting on or before January the 1st. Number 3, new members have until February the 16th to join NTI. So your visitor day might be January the 17th or January the 30th or, February the 2nd. Your visitor day can be whenever during the contest period. But the new member will measure how many new members you have all the way up to February the 16th in order to qualify. Those new members that join must still be active on March 1st in order to qualify. So if a new member joined on January the 30th and on February 28th they canceled, they are disqualified. They have to remain members on March 1st in order to qualify as a new member for the contest. All right. And I'm sure some of you are going to have questions. I'm sure maybe I didn't cover everything or every little detail. I've got a lot of really bright, smart people on this call. So it's likely that I missed something or I have a question or something like that. Feel free to post it in the message chat on GoToMeeting here. Feel free to text me. Feel free to email me. Feel free to call me. Feel free to, however you want. We'll open it up for Q&A here at the end of the call like we always do. But, if we've missed something, we'll figure out what the answer is and make it a part of the rules. All right. But that should answer most, if not all, of your questions. And I just want to encourage you. Let's make this fun. Let's get involved. It only takes a couple of days to organize the visitor day. So you say, Rich, I haven't organized the visitors day yet. That's okay. Organize it. Get it going. February 1st, February 2nd, February 3rd, whatever. Get it out there. Get one going. Get one going for Valentine's Day, for loving networking or something. I don't know. Have a great visitor day. Have fun. Pool all of your resources together and have free breakfast, a free lunch, free appetizers, something like that to make it fun, okay? And to get a lot of people, give gift baskets away. Ask your members and others for money, donations, a bottle of wine. You can go to Total Wine and More, or you can go to the local, liquor store and get a $20 bottle of wine to give away with your business cards, strapped to it or something. There's a lot of fun things that you can do, and I want to encourage you to get active and launch a visitors day. Get it on Facebook, create the event, market it, put a $5 boost behind it, and really grow your meeting and get excited about it. It'll be a lot of fun, and there's a lot of money on the table. So, and think about it. Not only is there a lot of money on the table, but then you get new members, which helps get more relationships, which helps lead to more referrals, which leads to more revenue. So all the way around, it's good for everything. There's not a bad to it. There's just not. It's a win-win-win-win-win-win. You've heard of a win-win. Well, this is a win-win-win-win-win, So it just is good all the way around. So let's work hard. Networking Today is willing to throw some money behind it. So let's make sure and have fun with it. All right. I want to talk to you about Fanzuma. There's some tips and tricks in Fanzuma that some of you don't know or aren't aware of that I want to talk to you guys about real quick. If you are not using Fanzuma to communicate with your members and visitors, I would strongly encourage you to. Think about it. If you had all of your visitors signed up in the NTI Visitor Follow-Up System and you launch a visitor day, and let's say that you have 50 visitors that have come over the course of a month or two, Fanzuma gives you a communication tool that you can instantly text and email 100% of every visitor that has ever come through your door, through your meeting, to invite them back to a visitor day, okay? To have a potential to help win some cash money for yourself, for your meeting location, and to get the new members. Well, one of the things Fanzuma allows you to do is what we call reply messages. Now, I'm going to, if you're watching online, I'm going to show you quickly what this looks like, okay? So I'm going to go to Fanzuma, maybe as long as my computer catches up. I'm going to go to fanzuma.com/login. I'm going to log in with my credentials. And what I'm showing you up here at the top, and those of you that are not online, you're not watching this visually, you're only listening. Okay, when you log into your Fanzuma, in the upper right-hand corner, it says reply message. If you click on reply message, what you see is a list of all people who have replied to you within Fanzuma when you send out a message, whether you have sent out a visitor message to all visitors or whether you have sent out a message to your members. Remember that Fanzuma uses a local 10-digit phone number to text your members and visitors from. The reason why I'm saying that is because they feel like it is genuinely from you, especially if you put in there, hey, this is, Christina from NTI Springfield at Leon's, and, so they think it's you. We built Fanzuma to be very personable, and it feels personal, and they can actually reply using Fanzuma, and you can see their reply. But not only can you see their reply, you can then respond back to them individually. So let's look at this very first one from NTI O'Fallon. Steve Knight replied here. Again, those of you that are just listening and not watching, what you would see is a window that shows all the reply messages. On the left, it says the name of who it's from, Steve Knight. In the next column, it shows the club name. So it shows which club Steve Knight is replying to. So if it's your membership club or your visitor club, it'll say it right there in the club name. Now, if the club name is not titled properly for you and you can't distinguish between the two, let me know and we'll get that updated. But then it says their mobile number, and then it says what the message is, and then it says the date that they replied, and then the final column says delete or send message. So I could send Steve back a 300-character message right here. So again, those of you that are watching online, if I click send message, a little pop-up box develops. Now, this will not function well on a mobile device. You'll need to use a laptop or your desktop computer to use this functionality inside of Fanzuma. But so next time you open up your laptop, next time you open up your desktop, take a look at how this works. It's a very powerful communication tool. Now, I'm going to highlight one little drawback here, okay? One drawback that we discovered after we built this functionality in Fanzuma is the ability to see what you send back to Steve. So if I write a message right here to Steve and I say, thanks a lot, Steve, I look forward to seeing you on Thursday, right? And hit send. Fanzuma doesn't record that I sent that message to Steve anywhere, okay? I mean, it does in the very back end, but not in the user interface right here. So you can't see it, all right? Now, where the challenge is then let's say that Steve replies again. So Steve gets your text back and Steve replies back to you again, right? Like I asked all of you to, I sent out a text, I sent out an email, and I said, please reply, yes, I did, if you got this message. Now, there was a typo. I was moving too fast, and I forgot to edit the text, and it said Knoxville area only and that sort of thing. So I messed up. It was on me. I apologize. Tara Peterson brought that to my attention. I was just moving too fast, and I messed up. But some of you replied, yes, I did. So I then could reply back to you, thank you very much, Christina, or thank you very much, Todd, or thank you very much, whoever. Fanzuma doesn't show me that I replied to Todd, thank you very much. But if Todd writes back, you're welcome, Richie, okay, then I see his you're welcome, Richie, and I can then reply to him again. But it's just not showing the subsequent messages that I sent to Todd or to Christina or whoever, okay? All right, so that's a flaw, but you can screenshot it. You can take a screenshot of what you sent to Todd or whoever, okay, John Doe. You can screenshot it, and that way you know what you communicated. Now, of course, the other thing that you could do is you could reply to Todd directly from your phone, once you see. But if you're not even logging into reply messages, then you're missing, and I'm able to see everyone that replies, and I check it somewhat frequently, but not every day. but you're missing people who are communicating back with you saying, hey, I'm not going to be there this Friday, or hey, thanks for the invite, or whatever the case might be. If you're not using Fanzuma at all, I ask you, what are you using? Are you just using MailChimp? Are you just using some other platform? Fanzuma gives you a very easy way to communicate with your members and visitors. And if the tool is not developed right, if there's something missing, if there's something in the flow that makes it difficult or something like that, I want to know, because we'll tweak it, improve it so that it does work perfectly for us. All right? It works good for me. I mean, with this one exception, I can't see what I sent. I mean, that's the one exception that we're working on. And that is on the developer list to get fixed. But you understand what I'm saying. I want to work on this and make it better and better and better. So I just wanted to cover that little tip and trick about using Fanzuma real quick. And it's a fabulous communication tool if you use it. All right? But you got to use it in order for it to work. All right, let's go back over here to our presentation window, and hopefully it catches up with me. It seems to be moving a little bit slow on your screen. Okay, now I want to ask you about the text and email updates. Do you get them? So I sent out this text the other day asking you to reply, yes, I did, or or I did, one or the other. If you're in the greater Knoxville area, I asked you to reply, I did. If you are outside of the Knoxville area, I asked you to reply, yes, I did. Now, most of you did not reply, and that's okay. That either means you're not getting it, or that means that you just didn't care to reply, and that's okay too. Maybe you were busy, maybe you forgot, whatever, life happens. I totally get that. But if you're not getting my messages, if someone out there is not getting my messages, I need to know, because we're sharing very valuable information through Fanzuma to all of the meeting leaders. And if you're not getting the updates, that's problematic, and I need to know it. So shoot me a text at 865-679-0340 if you are not receiving my text and email updates if you're a meeting leader, because as far as I know, you're all in there and all active. All right. All right. So moving right along, we're almost finished. Look at it, it's 1:13. We're finishing early once again. So mark your calendars, please. This call happens every 2 weeks. It is a bi-weekly training call. We're not asking too much, I don't think. Look, we're only asking you to be on a call for 45 minutes to maybe an hour, usually less than an hour, every couple of weeks. You learn valuable stuff, get cool updates, all of that fun stuff. Our next one is January the 22nd. I'm hoping that as an individually responsible person and leader that you are able to mark off your own calendar and carve this time out from 12:30 to 1:30 Eastern each and every other Tuesday and join us. But if you're not, I hope that you're going back on the Meeting Leader Resources page and watching or listening as I put the video and the audio up after almost immediately, well, usually within a couple of hours, following each and every call. So I hope that you're following and learning and growing and that sort of thing. This is one of my only ways to really stay in regular contact with each one of you and to keep everybody all on the same page instead of calling 100 meeting leaders individually every single week or every couple of weeks. As we grow, it gets harder and harder and harder for me to stay in touch with each one of you individually. It's just the nature of the beast. So we have the meeting leader support line if you need something. We have the bi-weekly call here hosted by me so that I can bring things to your attention and contests and updates and, blah, blah, blah. We're working on the Meeting Leader Resources page to keep constant images up there. The Visitor Day new images you saw today will be added to the Meeting Leader Resources page within moments after today's call. So you can get them if you want to add them to your own PowerPoints and your own slides or Google Slides, whatever you use. But all of this information is out here for you, and we're doing it for you. And so we want you to be involved, all right? Now, at Networking Today, I just want to say this real quick before we leave this point, okay, and before I open it up for Q&A. We do not micromanage you, okay? some of you feel like you're out there on an island all by yourself. You guys ever heard that song? You know, I don't want to sing to you. You're going to see what kind of voice I don't have. But, you know, remember that song? All by myself. Okay. The audio. It's the mic, really. It's not me. It's the microphone, really. No. But listen, you are by yourself. You're your own independent meeting leader. We don't micromanage you. I don't want to babysit you. I want you to run a great meeting and know that we are here to support you 110%. But if you don't need us, if you don't need something and your meeting's going along great and you're a trained professional, you've got the experience of a Marianne Police or a Tara Peterson or a Martha Harvey or a, Penny Burr or a Mark Williams who's been here forever, or a Christina Perry. Christina Perry was one of our first meeting leaders on that side of the country, across the great Mississippi or whatever you want to say. Look, we've got people up in Indiana that have been with us for, almost 2 years. Okay. I mean, if you are running your meeting, we're not going to micromanage you and hold your hand and babysit you. Okay. Just run a great meeting, have a great meeting, and do business with each other. That's the main thing. And if you want to participate in the contest and the things that we do, the opportunity is there for you. And I'm hoping that all of you are and do. But we're not going to micromanage you. But these things are here for you, and they're here for your members, our members, you as a meeting leader, for all of us to have fun and grow a global networking organization. NTI Connect is brand new. NTI Cares is brand new. The book, How Did You Get Started from Networking Today, is brand new. We're expanding across the country like I would never believe. That's all brand new. There's a lot of brand new stuff here at Networking Today, and we're trying to take it to the next level and do even more. So, just be a part of us, help us grow, help share ideas, know that we're learning and growing and working with each other, and let's make 2019 let's make 2019 twice as unbelievable as 2018 could ever even think about being. We can do more in 2019 than we ever have before, but let's jump on it early. Let's make it happen early so that we can kick back, put our feet up, and relax with a nice cold one as we roll into Thanksgiving 2019. All right. It'll be here before we know it, believe it or not. It's only a few short months away. November is right around the corner. So let's get started and get started early. Mark that off on your calendar. I want to thank each and every one of you, as I do at the end of every single call, because I love you. Okay. I love you and I need you, and we need each other, and we're growing together. And I just appreciate your patience. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. You are making a difference in the lives of those that are in your meeting, those that you affect, those that you help, those that you grow. So, just continue to make networking a better experience for everybody in your community. And together we can change how networking is being done around the world. All right. I'm going to unmute the lines. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. All right. We'll give it just a second here. Unmute your line. I've unmuted everybody, and feel free to ask any questions, make any comments, especially if you think that it applies to everyone in the nation, not just you. If it applies to just you, then just text me individually and we'll have a separate conversation about it. All right. Any questions or comments?
I have one.
Going once. Hey, Tara.
Hey, so question about the contest for the Visitors Day. I may have missed this, but the part where you were talking about we have up until whatever date that is, February 17th, to upload all the visitors that become, or not upload, to the deadline for the visitors to become members. So does that new member have to be someone who attended Visitors Day,
No,
Or-
ma'am. No, ma'am. So it can be any visitor it's any new member during the contest period. So we took a snapshot of the total members that everybody had as of January 6th. We will look at the total membership that everybody has as of March the 1st, and that is how that portion is going to be measured.
Gotcha. Okay. So if someone has a visitor's day earlier versus sooner, then they have a little advantage, right?
That is 100% correct.
Okay. Yeah, because I was planning mine for like having a Valentine's Day one on the 15th or whatever that is. So maybe I'll move it.
Well, and Tara, thanks a lot for bringing this point up, because I think you and I were talking, and you had a visitor day. If I don't remember the exact date, but there at the Chesterfield meeting, if I remember right, you had a visitor day in November, maybe early December. So it's highly likely that you're still, it was October. Okay. It's highly likely that you're still reaping the rewards from that visitor day. And maybe the new member waited until January, 5th or 6th to join, So we're going to count that new member if they joined as a member between the contest dates. So they have January 7th to Saturday, February the 16th to join, and the portion of the contest that is member percentage growth will be any membership any membership growth from January the 6th to February the 16th. Great question.
Okay.
Now, let me clarify this, just in case it got missed. If you have a visitor's day, we're using your NTI visitor follow-up system, new members, only on your visitor day. So Fanzuma tracks the date and time that you enter your visitors in. So if you have a visitor day on, let's say, February the 2nd, okay? And I'm just throwing a random date out there, everybody, but you have a visitor day on February the 2nd. Either you as the meeting leader or your visitor host needs to enter 100% of those visitors in on that day. That is how they will be counted. And Fanzuma does not allow duplicates, typically speaking, okay? Now, Fanzuma's had its duplicate issue, and it's accepted duplicates from time to time, but we'll be scrubbing that list and making sure there are no duplicates. We will gather every new person that subscribed or that was added to the NTI visitor follow-up system on that date of your visitor follow-up or your visitor day, okay? So you don't want to have a visitor day and then enter people in over the next week. You want to enter them in that day so you optimize your number of visitors to qualify for that portion of the contest. Great question, but I just want to clarify that. Okay, great question, Tara. Thank you. Any other comments or questions? By the way, I'd like to publicly congratulate Tara Peterson. Tara won $1,000 in the last contest. She led in both categories, and congratulations in that contest, Tara. I hope it helped you have a wonderful holiday season, or maybe you're saving it for a rainy day. I don't know, but hopefully it helps you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for all the hard work. Any other comments or questions before we wrap up the call today? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have a great week. Have a great month. I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Go rock and roll. We'll see you guys.